戻ったわね。お帰りなさい。
Yes, we are back. Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to 9 episode 4. And we have returned to Sophie, which it still kind of blows my mind that yes, this is Sophie. I have had the wrong idea about this character in many ways. But that aside, we were jumping around in the 3 previous episodes to see, one, if we can find a point of interest in creating a new branch to succeed in everything with the story, and also to learn a little bit more about Yuki. Mostly the latter was the point of importance here, because we need to figure out what is preventing her from using the full capability of her power, and also, what the hell is her power, because I don't think we really know, and she doesn't really want to talk about it because I guess the less people that know, the better, and it helps with utilizing it correctly. I don't know. She said something whenever we jump back into episode 3 and talk to her about her abilities, and it really isn't a trust thing. She just doesn't want others to be in charge of how she utilizes it, and I think that may have played a part in her, I guess, failing to do what we wanted her to do in the fight against Iris when we jumped back there in the first video of this Let's Play of episode 4 here. I don't know. But I think the goal here is, you know, just to try and figure out how we can get closer to her and learn more about what's holding her up. I think it might be that sense of justice and not wanting to kill somebody or something. Well, anyways, let us continue on.
新しい枝のおかげで情報を正確に共有できて助かるわ。常に監視しているなんてカケルには言っていたけれど、実際はかなり甘かったのよね。
Yeah, I guess we already did open up that new branch when we jumped back to the very, very, very beginning when we first came across Sophie as a plushie before we actually knew who Sophie was.
手抜きしていたわけじゃないわよ。あの子が悪人じゃないことは早々に分かっていたから、四六時中張り付く必要はないってそう判断したの。でも今は抜かりないわよ。ちゃんとあの子の行動は全て記録している。
I am so used to Kakeru being like the main character, the one that we always follow no matter what. And here we are, and we're kind of, it's kind of like an out of body experience. That's exactly how this feels. We're not following him, but we will jump back into him. That sounds weird. And reinstall memories of everything that we have gone through in terms of information gaining. It is very strange.
つまりあなたがどんな干渉を行ったかもしっかり把握できているというわけ。意思疎通が難しい以上、こちらでできるフォローは可能な限りさせてもらうわ。反応が薄い相手に得意げに語っても虚しいだけね。
Sorry.
そもそも本当に私の声聞こえてる？実は聞こえていなくて一人で喋っていたなんてオチだと、さすがの私も涙目になるわよ。
That's how I feel with recording or streaming sometimes. It's like, damn, am I really talking to anybody? But I know that I am. Or at least I hope.
ま、いいわ。いろいろ試していたようだけど、ノアの問題を解決するには至らなかったみたいね。最低限の干渉でイーリス打倒の運命に導けるのが一番ではあるけれど、手間を惜しんでいる場合ではないわね。じっくり時間をかけてノアと向き合うしかなさそう。あるいはイーリスを倒す別の手段を見つけ出すか。
No, I think this is the best avenue to take because, one, we need to get closer to Yuki. She's the last person that we, really got to get to know. And two, she has the capabilities of targeting specifically Iris when nobody else does.
私から提案できるのはそれくらいね。例のごとくやり方は任せるわ。以上。引き続きよろしくね。9?
Yeah, and I also always forget that that's our name. As the true main character here, our name is 9. Just like the name of the game. Oh, here we go. Now we have the whole new branch. Anything new down here? No, but I can tell by how spread apart everything is here. Half of the screen here is all this lovely new space that we have here for the new branch, and that tells me that things are gonna go in a variety of ways. We might get a couple of bad endings. It's gonna be a wild ride, that's for sure. Wait, are we in the very beginning? Oh no, I think we're in the very, very, very beginning. Oh wait, here we go. Yeah, right to it this time around.
大丈夫？そんなに深く切った？
ああ、いや大丈夫。
大丈夫じゃないじゃん。めっちゃ血出てるじゃん。ほら使いなよ絆創膏。
ああ、ありがとな。
その前に消毒液使ったら持ってきてあげたよ。
Wait, what did we do to ourselves? It's been a long time since we've actually been at this moment in the story, so I don't really remember what went down.
ありがとうございます。
I splash the disinfectant on the wound and apply the bandage. I still feel a bit disoriented, but I'm starting to get used to the abrupt process of having future memories stuffed into my head all at once. Granted, this is technically my first time experiencing it. I can imagine using overlords so much that I lose track of which me is really me, but I don't think it would really have a side effect that cartoony. It's not cartoony. That's real. That's real stuff. Okay, so I don't know for sure. So maybe I shouldn't be abusing it just in case. I've seen other people eroded by their stigmata after all.
本当に大丈夫？ちょっと顔色悪い？家で休んでく？
いや、大丈夫です。思ったより血が出てビビっただけです。
弱っ。
うっせーな。仁義どうですか？直せそうですか？
Oh, brother.
どうだろう。完全に壊れちゃったし。ダメだったら紙粘土とかで適当にレプリカ作っておけばいいんじゃない？
Oh, ma'am, that won't happen.
マジっすか？
That will not work.
いいんすかそれで。そう。
No, it's important.
フェスはさすがに中止ですかね。
知らないけど2人はもう帰っていいよ。また地震来たら危ないし。ほーい。じゃあ兄やん帰ろっか。
そうだな。
I stand up and take a peek over yonder. Oh, man. I was hoping we would avoid this, but nope.
今は写真をご遠慮していただけると、まだ自信あるかもしれないので避難を。
Kujo is in cosplay, is having an uphill battle with instructing people to evacuate. Guess I should back her up before I head home.
そら、先に行ってろ。
うん。なんで？
最後に一仕事してく。先生、お疲れ様でした。
はーい、お疲れ様。
I think we did this back in
申
episode
し訳あ
1.
りません。写真はご遠慮ください。今は避難を。
すみません。非常時なので避難誘導に従ってください。
新見くん？
ご協力ありがとうございます。あちらにお集まりください。
I think this is what we ended up doing whenever we were choosing the correct choices to make in episode 1 when we had to redo everything. I'm pretty sure. I cut in on the crowd surrounding Kujo and they start to disperse, all of them clearly displeased. But of course.
それじゃあ俺先に上がるから。お疲れ様。
お疲れ様。ありがとう。
This is like the most unvanilla we will ever see Kujo. I swear. Like, this is so unlike her, this cosplay and everything, but she did it for the sake of the city. It's so odd, this character, but I still like her. I say my goodbyes to Kujo and leave the shrine. Again, as I said in the previous video, a vanilla character is not all that bad.
世の中金ですぜ、兄貴。
It can, yeah.
はいはい帰るぞ。
ちょい。
なんだよ。
どこ行くの？道違うでしょ。
駅に行く。俺ん家には入れん。
だよもういいじゃん。私もあそこ住みたい。
Ah, yes, typical Sora.
はいはいそういうのいいから帰るぞ。
I'm sorry if she's your favorite, guys. It's okay to have the wrong choice. And the wrong opinion.
はいお疲れさようなら。気をつけて帰れ。
雑。流れ作業的に見送りやがって。
そろそろ電車来るぞ。
わかったよもう。じゃあねバイバイ。
はい、バイバイ。
I watch as Sora walks through the ticket gate until she's out of sight. Okay, that's done. Now going home and killing time until dinner is the designated route after this, but I'm supposed to encounter Sophie tonight. I don't know for sure when Iris started meddling with this world, but it's a safe bet to assume that it was at the same time as Sophie. That means that Iris will catch on to me tonight at the earliest. I can move around without anyone trailing me until then. That being said, I'm not going to be able to come up with a plan to outwit Iris in just a few hours. Nevertheless, I don't want to waste what little time I have. No, I don't want to waste it. But what should I do? When is the earliest I get to know Yuki? Not till much later, I bet. So I guess my immediate goal is to make friends with Yuki ASAP. It would be best if I could make friends with her by today, but that is a fucking tall ass order, buddy. Gotta think. How do I meet and get to know her? I don't know where she lives, and I only know that she goes to Kuho Girls Academy, but today's a Sunday. She's a regular at 9 Ball, but I only see her there after school. I don't remember seeing her there on a Sunday, excuse me. But there is a chance that she'll drop by on the way back from the festival. Wait, was she even at the festival? I don't really remember. Maybe wandering around town in hopes that I encounter her by chance will work. Man, what should I do? I've made up my mind. First, I'll walk around the front of the station. Then if I don't find her, I'll head over to 9 Ball. It's worth a shot. I won't get my hopes up too high, but I'll do whatever I can. So where to first? Walking around here is fine, but I really should narrow down the places that Yuki is likely to be at. So maybe a store with anime merch or an electronics store that sells video games. Speaking of games, would she go to an arcade? Oh, well, I think we found her. Maybe I should hit up round 2 while I'm... Huh? Out of the corner of my eye, I catch a glimpse of a familiar figure. Well, that was easy.
Oh.
That was stupidly easy. I found her. There she is. Right there. Right under my nose. I don't know if she's on her way back from the festival or going shopping, but there she is walking around with the same straight face. Wow. I can't believe I actually ran into her. This is insane. Today is my lucky day. I should call out to her. Yeah, let's do that. It's the right thing to do. We shouldn't even know her at this point. Why would we do that? Okay, what's the holdup? Get out there and say something. No, this is difficult. We are in a situation that we have never been in here. We're trying to make wicked advances. No, I can't do it. Knowing Yuki, she'll think that I'm trying to hit on her or something. I know Yuki, but the fact that I know her and she doesn't know me will make her think, huh? What? Are you a stalker? It's no good. I can't think of any way to speak to her without coming across as suspicious. This is way too high of a hurdle for a virgin like me. Why do you have to... Don't be so negative on yourself, man. And don't blame it on your virginity. Like, blame it on something else. Blame it on another bad quality that you have or something. I don't know. Anyway, I've got to catch up before I lose sight of her. Yeah, what luck that we actually came across her in the first place. Let's not, lose track of her here. My rather pathetic inner conflict aside, Yuki continues to calmly walk on. She's moving away from the station. Maybe she is going to 9 Ball? If she's not going home yet, then I thankfully still have a window to say something to her. If she's going to 9 Ball, then I can have a drink and take my time to come up with a plan to talk to her. What's the holdup here? What's going on? Once Yuki diverges from the main street to a place with fewer people, she stops dead in her tracks and she's going to turn around and look at us and she's going to call us out. And now we're a stalker all of a sudden. Does she know that I'm tailing her? I fret to myself for a second, but it doesn't seem like she does. It'd be way too suspicious if I stopped too, so I walk past Yuki, turn the corner, and keep tabs on her from behind a building. And now I'm in full stalker mode. Great. Yuki makes sure nobody is looking and crouches down. She found a cat. Her eyes are fixed on the rear tire of a motorcycle parked on the street. It's a cat. An orange tabby, I believe. Its face is charming and cute. Yuki takes a long, hard look at the cat. The cat looks back at Yuki, slightly on guard. The deadlock continues for several seconds. What is she fucking doing? She checks again to see if anyone else is around. Oh, she's gonna go into crazy cat mode again, isn't she? She readies herself and goes to pet the cat when it runs away from her. It bolted out of there at top speed the second she stuck out her hand. Aren't you supposed to do like the underhand motion? You know, not the overhand, because then it looks like you're trying to grab them. She doesn't feel good about that. She's very clearly disheartened after getting turned down by that stray. Strays are very hard to approach. Like, very difficult. They're always on guard of everybody and everything. And that cat let her get really close, and just when she thought it was safe to take another step to pet it, it ran off. I have to wonder if Yuki has tried to do this multiple times in the past. I'm guessing that she's failed every single time. Well, that most likely explains why she was so happy when she got to pet those cats to her heart's content with Kosaka-senpai's power. It was like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for her. Heaving a sigh, Yuki stands up. Ah crap, she's coming this way. It seems safe to assume that she's heading to 9-Ball given the direction she's walking, so I could get to the cafe before she does, but if my assumption is wrong, this chance encounter is going to go right down the drain. I quickly hop over to a side path before Yuki comes. Then, after I let Yuki get a head start, I resume tailing her. I follow her for a few minutes, maintaining a set distance. And 9-Ball it is. As I suspected, she comes to 9-Ball. Well, it's the hangout spot. It's the place of interest. Good food, good prices. I think that's the reason Kakeru comes here. I wait about 5 minutes after Yuki enters the cafe before making my own way in.
いらっしゃいませ。
The waitress shows me to my seat. I order a cola and play with my phone until it arrives. Then I give it the occasional sip as I observe Yuki from afar. Oh. She's reading a book of some sort. A very curious-looking book. What a nerd. She gracefully enjoys a parfait. Oh yeah, that is a big-ass fucking oh, wowzers. That is a lot of sugar all in this image. She gracefully enjoys a parfait and a cup of black tea as she reads a novel. I guess there might be some sugar in the black tea. This is my big chance to say something to her, but how should I break the ice? She's just gonna look at me like a weirdo if I come up to her out of the blue and say, she's the key to defeating Iris or something. But would she? This is Yuki after all. The same Yuki who started speaking about different dimensions when she first met a fellow Chunin, Takamine. If I were to lay everything out to her straight, she'd probably take it all in stride, wouldn't she? In fact, she's probably the type that would get all hyped up and say something like, "At last, the day has finally come." She already has a supernatural power with that artifact, so she wouldn't think I'm lying to... No, wait. When does Yuki get the artifact in the first place? Actually, that was something I was thinking when we were back at the station. I don't think anybody has their powers yet. Like, Kakeru is a strange oddity here. You know, he's an exception, if you will. But I don't think anybody has their, like, powers, or at least they don't know about it. I'm sure the artifacts are, you know, floating to their respective, I guess, eventual owners, but nobody knows about their powers quite yet. They'll kind of just spring up on their own out of nowhere, as we've heard from Sora and Kujo. It's gonna be later, right? I know that she's the type to get excited over being able to use superpowers. No way would she be sipping on tea if the artifact has already chosen her. If I want her to believe my story, it would be better to do so after I learn about the status of her artifact, but I should make my move. Even if she doesn't have her artifact now, she'll believe me. And even if she doesn't believe me, I'll play along with her. If I match her attitude, I doubt she'll treat me with hostility. No, I am expecting hostility. I think we're going to get shunned down so goddamn hard, we're going to get thrown to the ground. Alright, my plan is set. I've got to use as much Chuny power as I can muster to grab her attention. Then I build a friendly relationship. Let's do it. It's showtime. Place your bets, folks. How does this all go down? I stand up, taking my glass, and check with me. I stand by Yuki's side and look down at her for a few seconds to make her aware of my presence. Next, I plop myself down in the seat in front of her. Wow, we are fucking brave. She takes a quick, suspicious glance at me. She quickly returns her eyes to the book and murmurs in an uninterested tone.
相席なら遠慮してほしい。
Yep, that is the Yuki we know.
結城ノアだな。
She peeks over at me again. Her eyes are clearly on guard
ど
now.
こかであった？
いや、まだだ。
まだ？
ああ、
I carefully choose my words. I try to mimic Yuki's words and tone as much as
こ
possible.
の世界線ではな。だが、別の世界線ではもう会っている。
I mean, technically, yeah. We're not trying to lie to her, but we are saying some sus bullshit. However, it is that sus bullshit that will probably grab her attention because that's just the way she is. Her reaction is weak. She's not buying it. God, being the only one trying to sound cool is so freaking embarrassing. Okay, how about this then?
俺はバルハラソサイエティの一員だ。
Okay, how is she going to react to this? Because if this is something that she made up, like long ago, this is something only she knows, then that will definitely grab her attention. It grabbed her attention. Yuki's eyes shoot open. Yeah, some guy off the streets knowing the name of the organization you thought up as a kid is bound to be a shocker.
あなた、一体。
Yes, she's showing interest.
生物は手に入れたか？まだみたいだな。
In that case, I shouldn't chance talking about it. Yuki should be coming into possession of an artifact in the next few days. When she does, Yuki will understand that I'm not just some chuny flirt. I'm sure that getting her to understand on her own will be more effective than me flapping my gums at her. Yuki's patented fake it until you make it strat.
紙とペンは持っているか？
ええ、持っているけど。
貸してくれ。
Yuki opens her bag while shifting her eyes around the cafe. I don't know if seeing Yuki so bewildered is a fresh take or just throwing me off my game. I mean, it's kind of cute, I will admit. It's something you don't usually see out of her, you know? Either way, Yuki is so confused that she's kind of showing her true colors. But man, being the only one putting up an act is so embarrassing.
はい。
ありがとう。
I take the notebook and pen and open to a random page. I scribble down my phone number and Lime ID, then I return it to Yuki.
生物を入手したら連絡してくれ。怪しいよな。わかるよ。でもすぐにわかる。俺がなぜこんな話をしたのか。
I think our time with Takamine, even, despite it being a little bit short, being a double agent and all, was pretty rewarding here because we can all, like, we kind of sound like him, honestly. Our way of speech. Like, we sound very, brave with how we're talking here. There's no hesitation in this really stupid way of talking.
脅威が迫ってる。
Exactly.
勇気の力が必要なんだ。
There it is.
連絡待ってる。じゃあ。
I take my check, stand up, and head to the register. I pay the check and leave the cafe. She's never going to contact us. That's the end of it. Now, we got to catch our fucking breath there, man. Yeah, that was probably some extreme embarrassment. I walk for a few steps and stop in place, letting out a deep, deep sigh. Holy hell, was that embarrassing. I am not cut out for acting like a chuny. That was my absolute limit. But I'm pretty sure it worked. That performance was bound to leave an impression. Now, whether it was good or bad impression is, well, anybody's guess. But even if it was bad, it should change for the better just as soon as she gets that artifact. I'm pretty sure she'll consider me an ally and give me a call too. And if I screwed up,
やり直すしかねえな。
back to the beginning. The old Steins Gate strat. Anyway, I'll head back and wait for her call. Well, all that bad acting has really tuckered me out. Now, that's what I'm saying. You're speaking my language. I always use that terminology. I have no idea why. I have no idea where I pulled it from, but I like saying tuckered out. It's cool. Or, silly. I get back to my place and nervously wait with my phone in hand so I can be ready for a call at any time. Night falls, but still nothing. Sora was chosen by the artifact after the fire at school, if memory serves. That'll be about 3 or 4 days from now. Yuki should be, or also be a user by that time. If I don't get any contact from her before then, well, the plan is a bust and I'll have to start over. Anyway, I should probably do what I can during this sit and wait period. Are we gonna go to the shrine? And that means...
いらっしゃいませ。
Wait, we're back here? I come to 9 Ball again. I should try to recreate the start of my friendship with Kujo as closely as I can. Oh, you know what?
ビーフカツレツのセットライスで
I completely forgot that this was all in the same day. After this, we'll go to the shrine and come across Sophie.
はい。ビーフカツレツのセットをライスで。以上でよろしいですか？
はい。
かしこまりました。
She quickly writes down my order.
ごめんなさい、新見くん。少しだけいい？
ん？どうした？
これ見覚えないかな？
Oh, this is her getting her artifact. I kind of forgot about all that.
アクセ
And with a slight tinge of guilt in the back of my head, I played dumb to the fact that I know it's an
フ
artifact.
ェスの後にバイトなんて大変だな。お疲れ様。
新見くんもお疲れ様。いつもありがとう。
いつも？
お店に来てくれて。
God damn it. Kujo is kind of a cute character, you guys have to admit. She smiles sweetly and heads off to the kitchen, ending our conversation. I didn't remember the exact details of our conversation, so that last part ended up making my heart skip a beat. God, I'm such a pushover. Don't blame it on your virginity again. Anyway, I've successfully planted the seed. But... do I just keep following my memory script? The fire that's supposed to happen the day after tomorrow will cause Kujo to reveal her artifact, But if things go according to my memories, then we'll end up killing the user who started the fire by making his powers go berserk. Should I make Kujo bear that cross? And there's also the start of all this. The human petrification incidents. The first victim is likely going to spring up tomorrow night. Yoichi is going to kill someone. I know that for a fact. Should we try to approach Yoichi about it? Like, I understand that Kakeru, or us, we're trying to create that perfect branch where nobody dies, nothing goes wrong. But I think these are some necessary sacrifices, maybe? I don't know. I should change it. That's why I have these future memories in the first place. I can stop the Flame User's rampage and Yoichi's first kill before anything happens. That would effectively make my future memories useless at that point, but it's better than letting people die.
お待たせしました。ビーフカツレツのセットです。
あ、コーラとプリン。
今日のお礼。嫌いだったら残してもいいから。ごゆっくりどうぞ。
Damn, I remember my first couple recording sessions of this. This may have all been like the first recording session. I don't really remember. I remember talking about how cute she was, or all of this was, and how bright everything was, and how curious I was going into all this. Good times. She picks up her tray, bows her head slightly, and leaves. I'd forgotten she threw in these freebies. I'll humbly accept them, though.
いただきます。
I put my hands together in prayer for a moment, and then grab my pair of chopsticks. I have to get the best possible outcome without letting anyone die. I'm going to try my damnedest to make sure it works out. We're trying to pull an Okabe here. We really are.
ありがとうございました。
I finish my meal and exit the cafe. That's when it happens. My phone vibrates in my pocket. I pull it out and check it. It's an unknown number. Here it is. It's probably from Yuki. I immediately tap the screen and answer the phone.
もしもし。
こんばんは。
There she is.
こんばんは。よかった。連絡してくれて。
外。 車の音が聞こえた。
We're actually right outside the establishment that we met in.
ああ、今から帰るところ。
ごめんなさい。電話していいか確認するべきだった。かけ直す。
Oh, no worries. With the power of a cell phone, you can actually go anywhere with a conversation.
いや、大丈夫。話そう。
Truly a technological advancement. I start to walk and talk. I better hurry home. No, actually, the park is closer. It should be quiet around this hour.
そっちは家か。
ええ、私の部屋。
ってことは。
帰宅したら私の部屋に見知らぬアクセサリーがあったの。シルバーリング。手に取って全て理解した。
Oh, it's all coming together.
これが生物ね。
ああ、そうだ。
So her artifact is jewelry too, a ring, huh? The fact that she's so quick to speak up must mean she trusts me. Or maybe it's just that she's still confused and less on guard. If Yuki had come to a more in-character conclusion after all that time, she would have been on her guard, and this little interaction wouldn't be happening right now. It's a small success, but a good sign of things to come. No, I definitely agree. I'm actually very surprised with how things are going, but I'm happy that things are going in this direction. It's exciting.
ええ、おぼろげに。
結城は生物。アーティファクトに選ばれた。
俺たち他にもいるの？
Well, there will be.
いるけど、バルハラソサイエティに加わるのはまだ先だ。今は俺だけ。もちろん仲間だけじゃなく、敵もいる。
敵と戦うために私の力が必要。
Oh, yeah.
ああ。だから声をかけた。
Oh, yes.
リーダーの勇気。
Yes, Kakeru, yes.
リーダー？私が？
He is playing his fucking cards right. Chuny mode or not, like he is just doing things correctly.
当然だろ。結城が作った組織なんだから。
私が？
Silence falls. She's likely still confused. I sense hesitance from her tone. I reach the park as I'm waiting for Yuki's reply. I sit down on a bench and wait silently until Yuki gathers her thoughts.
本来は私があなたをバルハラソサイエティに誘うはずだった。
Well, kinda?
そうだな。別の世界線ではそうなってる。
Yeah, we gotta keep the language intact here.
別の世界線。あなたは世界を渡ってきたの？
Yeah, let's go with
私に会う
that.
ために。
Let's stick with that story.
記憶だけだ。別の世界線ではちょっとうまくいかなくてさ。で、なんて言ったらいいかな。少しでも未来を良くするために別の世界線の記憶を持って戻ってきたみたいな感じだな。
Okay, now we're just being a little bit more honest, and I think that's fine.
うまくいかなかった。生物から授かった力に私はとある名をつけた。答えられる？
G。
Well, we win.
私はあなたを信じる。
Oh my gosh, we are so good. Kakeru, you have fucking grown.
ありがとう。
Or I guess we've kind of grown all together here because of the experiences that we've been on. Oh, this is so cool. I love this. It's probably why I really like Steins Gate, because the more you go through it, the more you're kind of coming in with, you know, no matter what. All the experiences build up as you continue to try and figure out the correct path. Alright, the first order of business is done. I have managed to gain Yuki's trust. Now comes the crucial part. I've got to learn why Yuki couldn't finish off Iris, and I've got to solve any problem that might be holding her back.
聞きたいことは他にもあるんだけど。
何でも聞いてくれ。
ありすぎて何から聞けばいいのか。
だったら電話じゃなくて会って話さないか？明日にでも。
At a cool place called Nine Ball.
ええ、わかった。
放課後にナインボールでいいか？
問題ない。
OK。じゃあ明日。俺が知っていること全部話す。
ええ、私も考えをまとめておく。
わかった。電話してくれて
Wait,
ありが
why
と
are
う
we being
な。
cut off?
それじゃ。
待って、最後に。
うん。
あなたの名は？
Oh, we never introduced ourselves. Whoopsies.
悪い。まだ言ってなかったな。新見かける。白泉学園の2年。
2年。同い年なのね。
そう。
わかった。ありがとう。それじゃあね。おやすみなさい、新見くん。
ああ、おやすみ。
I feel kind of bad. Okay, well, let me restart that. I'm glad that we are getting closer to somebody that we kind of struggled to bridge the gap with. Like, Yuki trusted us to a degree, as in, you know, teammates, a part of the same team, and such, and all that, you know? But in episode 1, she didn't trust us whatsoever. 2 was better, and 3 was pretty solid. Here in 4, I feel bad that we're kind of going this route in order to, you know, gain her full trust. But would there have been a way in any of the other episodes to do so? Probably not. Going in this direction kind of guarantees a lot better of a trust or a trusting relationship. But I still feel bad that we're kind of cheating our way. I don't know. I end the call and pocket my phone. If my memory serves, I think that's the first time that Yuki has ever called me by my name. I feel like she always calls me some varying form of you or something. Well, it might be too early to celebrate, but this branch is on the right track. Or at least that's the feeling I get. Hey, I'm on board with it. It's seeming pretty cool. Are we gonna meet Sophie tonight? Oh, we get the opening, cool. I kind of forgot about that. Okay, that was a pretty good opening. I don't remember what the other ones were like, but I think I like the aesthetic of episode 2's opening. So I'll give episode 2 the crown still, but this was pretty good, you know, as far as visual novel openings go. But if the opening has anything to really, you know, show me or give me, you know, hopes for here in this episode, things are going to get really weird and really cute, possibly. Because Yuki and her, you know, cat fascination, things are going to be a bit of a roller coaster in pure 9, you know, fashion. Before we continue, I noticed this in the end of the previous recording session, but we have the overload button here. And, well, there we go. It just kind of brings us back here. And I guess we'll sort of see a new branch appearing here on the right as we continue to, you know, go about everything. And we can't go anywhere else, which is, well, I don't want to say unfortunate, but we don't have a whole lot of options. All right, continuing on. Hello, Sophie. Oh, she'll already know about us. Okay, so we don't even need to go to the shrine. As soon as I get back home, a rift opens in space. I was so satisfied from my talk with Yuki that I headed straight home, but if I'm supposed to go off my memories, then...
あなた、私のこと忘れていたでしょ。
Yeah.
はい、すみません。
I completely forgot about her. Right, I needed to go to the shrine. Well, whatever, she came to me, so it works out.
この枝では初めましてだけど、自己紹介の必要はないわよね。
ああ、大丈夫だ。
念のため聞くけど、私の名前は？
I don't know.
ソフィーティア。神社に行くのは完全に忘れてた。悪い。
There were other things going on, more important things.
別にいいけれど。
We had a whole ass visual novel
調子狂うわね。
opening sequence
初対面
too.
の相手に慣れ慣れしくされるの。情報を共有させて。
わかった。
I tell her everything. I start with how Yuki is the key to defeating Iris, and that she isn't able to defeat Iris because she possibly has some sort of problem weighing her down. So, to look for the root of her issue, I diverged into a new branch where I make friends with Yuki at an earlier point in time. And now I have, hopefully, already gained Yuki's trust. All in one day. Crazy. And that's where we stand.
なるほどね。順調ではあるということね。
I'll say. Anyways, we're gonna end it here. Because I don't know how much more this conversation with Sophie is going to be. Sometimes the conversations can be short, sometimes not as much. So I'll save this for me in the future, and we'll continue along. But no, this was a really fun video to make here. I feel like the progress that we have made is ridiculous, and I would not have anticipated us befriending Yuki as quickly as we did. I thought that shit was going to take like 5 days at the most, but no, we tackled this all in a few hours. So I'll take that as a big ass win. Thank you all for watching this one. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.